You're listening to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, changing rock history one podcast at a time. Moms, dads, boys, girls, and children of all ages, welcome back to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus as I get the camera straightened out there. Hope everybody is having a great week. I know that we are. We're having a good time. It is another Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. You wouldn't believe that that it's just only like 1 week since the last one.
Well,
the last one was especially long.
Yes, I was going to say it's been 6 days. 4 hours.
Yeah. I left the some of you may realize, maybe you didn't realize, I left the stream on. I forgot, and it was on for 18 fucking hours.
Whoops.
Nice. Nice.
That happens.
Well, golly, I'm sorry.
I apologize if I said anything that I shouldn't have.
I mean, we were standing outside.
We go outside.
And all,
yeah.
You know, like.
It's hysterical.
You know, it was just on. And I was just hoping that I hadn't come down here to do something, you know, to check the door or something in my underwear or something. And
Well, then you got a free show, didn't they?
free show!
Nice. Well worth the price of admission.
Absolutely. It's always worth the price of admission at the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus because we are totally free, of course. And speaking of free, you can find us on Rock Rage Radio, the free app, which is absolutely awesome. It has a lot of great music programming 24/7. So check them out, rockrageradio.com. Download the free app, and you can hear the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, as well as Hot Licks with Lily Six, and a bunch of really awesome folks that we need to start bringing onto the podcast. So check that out. LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com, though, is our website. So you want to go there, and you can find things like our YouTube archive, which now has one of the longest YouTube videos of all time.
Nice.
One of the longest live streams of all time.
Oh, well.
And no, it's not. I'm sure somebody has some stupid long.
Yeah.
They have to have some kind of cap on.
But 18 hours?
18 hours.
That's pretty good.
It's the 18-hour podcast.
Oh, boy.
After 6 hours, you're like, something's going to happen. I'll keep watching.
If someone watched, I feel bad.
There were people in the earlier days of the internet that would do that. They would have like a bedroom cam,
Right.
And you would pay per minute or whatever to watch.
Right, to watch.
To watch, and just sometimes it was like nothing was going on.
Sometimes
and sometimes
everything.
there's all kinds of stuff going on.
Yes.
So
Orgies.
yeah,
Ooh,
orgies.
Oh, jeez. Woo.
So, and I mean, getting the words
Yeah,
all
get
out.
them all out.
Get 'em all out now.
Like, you know, I mean, so I'm trying to get those words
Good.
out.
Good.
I have my list here of forbidden words, which I never do. But I'm getting better, I think. I've been listening to them.
Yeah,
That
okay.
music thing at the beginning, that's been working out really well because I edited it in post.
Can you do
so I
that?
can
Yeah.
make it a little shorter.
Nice.
And take out any of
Nice.
the bits where I play like a real clunker.
Never. Never.
You don't do that.
No.
He left a stinker right there on the radio.
Sorry about it.
Yeah, but check us out, LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. Our YouTube archive is there, which is really cool, too, because all our back podcasts where I did a bunch of interviews are there.
Ooh.
And there's some really cool ones, too. A lot of fun. Check out some of the indie guys, too. They're absolutely... Some of them are hilarious. Some of them were absolutely the most boring.
In the mud.
You stick ice pick in my ear so I don't have to listen to it kind of thing. But it's all in a day's work for Loudini.
Sounds like a good time.
Okay. And anyway, so there's all kind of cool stuff there. And you can get involved in our Inner Circle group, which is really cool, where we hang out and talk about music all week and all kind of fun stuff. LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. And finally, our good brother, Chris Thunderwolf Dodson at Wolf's Customs. We'll go to Wolf's Customs online or find him on social media. He posted a holoflash
Yeah, did you see that?
today that was absolutely sick. I couldn't see what kind of guitar it was. Did you know?
It was like a Strat style.
Was it like a Strat?
Yeah. But,
I had a Floyd Rose on it, I think.
Man.
So
Very cool.
yeah, it was really cool. He does amazing custom artwork on your musical instrument, no matter what you play. So check him out, wolfscustoms.online, or find him on Instagram and Facebook. Oh my goodness! So the gang is all here. I already mentioned Lily. So Lily, what's up? You good?
I'm fantastic. I did not go to any shows this weekend, but that is because I will be going to Wednesday 13 on Wednesday at the Craft House. And I will be going to Dustin Lynch on Thursday, so I'm taking Metal Country.
Wow.
Metal country.
Metal country.
I'm a little bit metal, and I'm a
Right.
little bit. So anyways,
Yes, so that's what I will be doing this week. So there will be a lot of photos and videos and all that, blah, blah, blah.
porn.
No porn.
Oh.
Maybe, who knows?
Right.
You never know with
Wow.
Lily.
You don't, honestly.
Let me get a little bit of that there pono. Just call me Sonny Pono.
Oh, boy.
Well,
Yes, sir.
I have something to tell.
I'm
Oh.
afraid.
Department.
You're going to have a baby.
I went
Congratulations.
I did actually go to a concert.
Oh. Oh.
I went to see Marcus King at Stage AE
Nice.
on Wednesday evening. It was a complete, total, and utter clusterfuck.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm not a fan
Wow.
of that place.
It was a total clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing. I won't get too deep into it. I'm gonna do a review on TikTok of it, but we might as well talk about this because I know
Sure.
Lily didn't go to shows like recently, but she goes
Right.
to a lot of shows.
All the time.
So, all right. I thought that I had it down.
Uh-huh.
Don't show up too early
Right?
Right.
because you're gonna have to sit through a bunch of bullshit that you're not really interested in.
Yes, sir.
So we got there after 8. I'm assuming Marcus is going to go on around 9. Usually
That's usually the headliner,
main
yeah.
act goes on
Sure.
around 9, 9:15, something
Yes.
like that. So we got there. It was after 8. And got our drinks. And there was this young lady performing who played way too fucking long. It just was not... She was playing in a. I'm not going to say this artist's name. Okay, you guys want to look at the thing.
you were there,
can see
you
it
know.
was- You were there, you know, or if you're following the tour, or whatever. But it just was not appropriate for that, for Marcus
boy.
King.
Yeah.
It was like nothing to do with There was nothing relating to nothing at all. It was a girl with playing very mediocre acoustic guitar and singing. I guess her songs were okay, but it didn't really. And she did more talking than I do on an entire fucking podcast.
Wow.
And that is saying something, isn't it, guys?
That is,
yeah.
if you know. you know.
Holy shit, could this bitch talk? I was like, yeah. And I was like, typical fucking woman.
Oh, jeez.
Run in
Here we
the
go.
goddamn trap.
Here
Don't know
we
when to shut
go.
the fuck up.
Oh, Lord. You know, it could have been worse, though. They could have got the Not a Rush tribute band to open.
So
Oh, man.
we gave up and went out on the patio where they had you could smoke and
We're
stuff
outta
like
here.
that. And we actually had a really nice time. We were drinking. We were getting real tuned in.
Yes, yes.
No doubt.
And having a good time and talking. And,
Sure.
and everybody starts to shuffle in because I guess the Joni Mitchell or whatever the fuck she thought she was got left. And there was another band started playing. We could hear them starting.
Okay.
So we went in to hear them, and I had never heard of this band before.
Okay.
They're called the Neil Francis Band.
Okay.
All right.
They were good. They were
Okay.
very good. I will give the devil his due and say, right on, brother, right on. Neil's kind of to the piano what Marcus is to the guitar.
Okay.
He's
cool.
He's a
Sure.
really cool, and you heard a lot of great influences. There was a lot of stuff where I was like, oh, this guy likes a lot of Billy Joel and stuff like that. And he I don't know if you remember this instrument, Mr. Pittsburgh,
Yes.
but it was an Yamaha electric piano. It was not a synthesizer. It was not
Okay.
electronic.
Right.
And it was kind of shaped like almost like a baby grand.
Yeah.
It was really
I
big.
remember those, sure.
Remember those? But they were
Yeah.
electric. It was a sort of like if you made. It was a kind of the concept of the electric guitar, but for piano. They were very unique sounding, and I thought that they sounded really, really cool. And that's what he played.
All right.
And then he had like a funky Moog synthesizer, and it was all super retro. Great vocals. It was they were good, but then they left, and there was another like half an hour of screwing around. Some guy got up. I thought this guy was just the MC, and I found out later, no, he was actually on the bill as a stand-up comedian. So thank God we fucking missed that.
Oh, that's a shame.
Filler.
Marcus King doesn't come on until almost 10:30.
Holy.
Whoa!
Wait a minute. I thought they had a curfew there.
Yeah, it's 11. You played for a half hour.
And I didn't stick around long. I was kicked in the ass.
Well, yeah,
It
you
was
got
like, it sucked. Oh, and if you ever go there, ladies, no purse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
no
know.
bag.
No purse.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Wow.
I already know.
Yeah.
I wear my pocket leggings.
That has to, you
There
know,
you go. That's smart.
I never would have thought they would have started that late.
That's
I figured
very
by getting there a little
surprising.
after 8, we're going to get settled down. We're going to get our drinks. You know,
Yeah,
go to the
get
bathroom,
into the show.
and then Marcus will come on around 9.
Right.
And that would be great.
That's very surprising.
And I thought if I had maybe caught a little bit of one of the acts, that'd be fine.
Right,
You know?
yeah.
But they usually all play too fucking long. You don't know who the fuck they are. You didn't come there to see them. They take up the whole fucking night. And then by the time another thing, the Dawkins thing, that was fucking horseshit too. Those bands were good and everything, but man, I mean, we were there for like 4 fucking hours.
Yeah. I mean,
What the fuck, dude?
I'm always at the shows super early
Get in,
because I
get
need
out.
to, for what I do, I get all the bands in, like photos and video and everything. So I feel like I'm at a show for like 12 hours every time I go, and I'm usually done for.
No, this is absolutely not necessary. Absolutely. No, it is necessary because stage AE is the longer you're there, the more you're going to drink, and the
For
drinks
sure.
are insanely expensive.
Of course they are.
Yes.
Of course they are.
They
Or
were like crazy. They were strip club prices.
Yeah.
What?
legit.
And no titty?
Well, there could be. If you
But
play your
that's
cards
true.
right.
Yeah, that's true. But not for that first act.
So much.
No.
Yeah, I am not. I don't mean to poo-poo on a venue here, but I'm not a fan of stage AE.
Also, did they cover it or something? Because the last time I was there, it was open air. This time it was closed.
There's one side that's open, one side that's
Uh-huh.
closed.
Oh,
Yes, there's indoor and outdoor.
Because because they were calling for thunderstorms, and I was saying, Sharon, maybe they might be canceled,
Mm-hmm.
And then so we brought like rain jackets and went in and everything, and I was like,
cute.
it's inside.
Yeah, there's the stage is shared by an indoor-outdoor venue. So you go around to the left side, that's the outdoor, and the right side's the indoor.
Yep.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
for both.
Well, maybe that's why they could go later because it was indoor.
Yeah. That could be, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the rules anymore.
Just
And if you
Marcus is, for what I heard, sounded fucking awesome. That man has one of the greatest voices ever. He is so fucking soulful, just like insane. Like if he would come out, not even as a guitar player, and just sang like pop songs with that voice,
Yeah.
he would be famous. Absolutely. Just his voice is just absolutely amazing, and his guitar playing is insane too. There was a guy standing behind me when Marcus was like he was starting, and he was saying, he says, that is one disgustingly talented individual.
Nice.
And Sharon and I
Can
were
we
like,
quote
yeah.
you, sir?
Yeah, it was like, but he's great. Go late.
Yeah.
Avoid the other
Wow.
shit. Neil Francis is cool. Like, if you want to hear that, then you should probably show up around 9.
Mm-hmm. Boy.
So, you have time. We get home from work, get a shower, get something to eat, relax, maybe take a nap.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Then you're all set. You go in late, you're going to be
Good
good.
to go.
You're going to be good. You're going to be
Good
good.
to go.
Yeah, that was my show.
Interesting.
Well,
Did you see, did you do anything, Kevin?
Yeah, daughter and I went to see John Mulaney, the comedian,
fun.
down at the Paints Arena. It's funny how all the comedians refer to it as the Paints Arena. I'm like, what, they're not allowed to say PPG?
Maybe they just don't know.
That's probably what it was. But it was awesome. Traffic was a bear getting there, but we got into the garage, walked from the garage into the venue.
Yeah, that's super nice.
I'm like, whoa. And then afterwards, walked from the venue to the garage, and we were out of downtown before most people were out of the arena. That was
Nice.
awesome. But I found it was the first show I've ever had where they lock your phone.
Oh,
Yes, as you walk in, they have these little pouches with electronic.
Yes,
and
I
they
have
lock
heard of
your
this.
phone. Yeah, which
Yeah.
I can understand. You don't want the comedians don't want their performances being.
So you can't text or anything?
Nope,
nothing. Yeah, that's
Not-
right. I heard about this.
nothing. Yeah, I thought that was like, I'm like, wow, interesting.
They're doing that at some of the improv shows too.
Yeah, which is why I have not heard any of his new material. But it was a lot of fun. But let me tell you something real.
You know, that is, I guess that would be a problem. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, I work with a young lady at work. She's 19 years old. And she listens to kind of newer music.
She's tired.
No, sir, she's not.
Better do that disclaimer.
She is not. But she listens, like, when she takes over, when I leave at the end of the day, she takes over the Bluetooth speaker, and it's like kind of hip-hoppy kind of shit, right? And the other day she goes, hey, she didn't do that. She goes, hey, Kevin, do you like the blues?
No.
I'm like,
Never heard, not a fan.
Are you
Not a
shitting
fan.
me? And she goes, have you ever heard? And she just
Have you
started.
ever heard of Rush?
She started naming off all these artists, and I just like my jaw just dropped. I'm like,
surprised.
you know these people? She goes, aren't they wonderful? I'm like, there's hope
You
for
cried.
the future. Yes, I'm like, yes, there's hope for the future. But that was very inspiring to have a 19-year-old
That's very nice.
girl spouting off all these cool blues artists to me. I'm like, nice.
They're very cool.
All right.
I can't talk to anybody at
I'm
work about
really
music.
happy for
Well,
you.
I'm sorry. Are you happy for me?
I'm not.
What?
Lily,
Just kidding.
I need
I'll
to
send
ask,
her over to you.
I need to ask you something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of the movie called We Are What We Are?
No.
I don't think so.
Best to go in fresh.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
It is a slow burn, but then the whole thing catches on fire and goes completely fucking nuts at the end.
Wow.
What's the genre?
It's horror-ish.
Sweet.
Is it new?
It's time. Because it's that time of year where I work every day.
This movie came and went, and there was a sort of buzz about it being like, so what the fuck kind of like thing.
Okay.
The subject
I think I
matter
have heard
goes,
of it. Okay.
and the ending is just like Sharon and I were like what? We were like gobsmacked. We were like, oh, that's something you don't see every day. And there are actual things that happen that you go like, I've never seen that before.
I
in
gotta
a
write
movie.
it down.
Wow.
Hold on. We are what we are.
I may have heard of it.
Well, I know that's a song, but I didn't know it was a film as well.
It was so successful as a song they made it into a film.
It really wasn't a successful song. It was a Kesha song.
Yeah, that song would make a good movie.
You guys are too funny. That's
Yeah, we're
why,
something.
That's
Every
why
day.
I love
We're
you.
something, I'll tell you.
That's why I love you to bits,
To bits, you say?
to pieces,
OMG.
pieces and bits, kibbles and bits.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so are we ready to talk about, this band is so unique.
Yeah.
Here's how unique they are.
Tell me.
This is the only band to ever appear as a rock band in the Star Wars cinematic universe.
I didn't know that, but okay. Heard.
They're on the Christmas.
That's right,
they're on
they
the Christmas
are.
special.
It took
Are
me
you
a second.
serious?
Star Wars holiday
Like,
special.
Wait
which,
a minute.
Yeah, they are. They
And then
are.
I realized you are absolutely correct.
I
sir.
think
I don't know
Lance
if you
has
guys know. There's a really cute YouTube channel called Minty Comedic Arts. This guy mispronounces more stuff than I do, but he gives us 10 things you didn't know about, and this was right. 10 things you didn't know about the Star Wars holiday special,
Right.
and then he mentioned the Jefferson Airplane. I'm like, this is fucking perfect. I think it's Jefferson Starship.
Starship at that point.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, Jefferson Starship was in there. They play music. This is a music video.
I never
That is
watched it, but
true.
Lance bought it when we were out one day, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
It is really, it's really bizarre. We're not going to get too far in that, but that is
true.
I mean, that is how this band is like. It's like they were like everywhere. They did everything. Mm-hmm. So why don't we go ahead, Lily, and give? They started out though as what?
Jefferson Airplane, which
Okay.
I did break it into those two groups. So.
Well, this is 3 bands in one.
Right, yeah, I have
Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, and then
Starship. Yes, I have that as well. Jefferson Airplane was an American rock band, San Francisco, California, formed in 1965. They were one of the bands that pioneered psychedelic rock.
They were in the Haight-Ashbury
Group of-
area,
yes.
with the Grateful Dead and those.
The San Francisco Sound. They were the first from the Bay Area to achieve international commercial success. Headliners at Monterey Pop Festival, Woodstock, Altimont, and the first Isle. Is it Isle of Wight Festival?
Yes.
Okay. In England. And, their 1967 breakout album, Surrealistic Pillow, was one of the most significant recordings of the Summer of Love. We all know the songs Somebody to Love and White Rabbit.
They played all the three major ones that Monterey, Woodstock, and Altamont. They're I think they're the only band that was on all three.
I believe that's correct. Yeah,
From when we
were talking about festivals, I think that's the only one.
They
as
were.
I recall.
I mean, if you ever see them or look them up, watch any of their stuff, you could tell they go over well at a hippie festival.
Yeah.
The October 66 to February 70 lineup of Jefferson Airplane consisted of Marty Balin, Paul Kantner, Graceslick, of course, Jorma. I'm not even going to try to pronounce
Kalkinen.
it. Thank you, and Jack Cassidy Cassidy.
Jack Cassidy.
And Spencer Dryden. They were inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1996. When Marty left the band, he moved on. I can't breathe. Sorry, I'm sick today.
Just breathe.
Marty left in 71. After 72, Jefferson Airplane effectively split into two groups.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Sounded like that.
And there was Jefferson Airplane and then Jefferson Starship. And Hot Tuna.
Yeah,
actually.
well, that's what happened
Hot
was
Tuna.
Jack Cassidy and Jarmo Kalkinen wanted to play. They had a real affinity for like more traditional blues kind of stuff. So they would go and do this Hot Tuna thing, and then eventually they were like, "We just kind of want to do Hot Tuna." No offense, I don't think it was a hostile thing. I think it was kind of like, we just don't want to do this.
They were presented with the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2016, and they had 8 CDs, albums, studio albums. So that's my history on
Okay,
Airplane.
so we should. Do you have anything you want to add?
No. No. Lily comes prepared.
Somebody to Love and White Rabbit
Are the two big ones.
are both written by Graceslick.
Yeah.
What a talented woman. Really, really unique voice. They had started with a different singer. The first album is not Graceslick. There's another young lady singing, and she'd gotten pregnant. She's like, I just want to be like
a family.
I want to have a family. Like, this was fun, but it's like but I'm ready to just settle down now, do my family and stuff. So the only two singers that anybody knew of that sang rock in San Francisco were Janis Joplin and Graceslick.
Janice was busy.
And Janis, and they did not.
Busy.
They thought that Janis wouldn't. That they'd end up having to do Janis's thing.
Right. Well, yeah, they probably definitely would.
Definitely.
But Grace's the music. The band she was in. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. She was already kind of in that same vein as with the and her reasoning was she was very blunt about this. She was like, I'm not trying to be mean, but those guys that I was playing with, they were amateur musicians. When I heard Airplane, I could tell these guys were like totally pro. They really had their shit together as musicians. And it was for her it was a career move. They they were signed. They had one album out. Her band really wasn't doing anything, so they coaxed her into the group. Now
They tricked her.
They tricked her in. They were tricked. Now, so in the beginning, it was a wild time, right? It was the '60s.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
I watched some interviews with Marty Balin, with everybody in the band, actually. And Marty Balin said that they would show up at gigs with handfuls of acid tablets.
Yeah.
And he says, we threw them in the audience like they were M&M.
Party favors.
Oh my god.
That's
Well,
hysterical.
who's not going to love your band if you do shit like that?
Yeah.
Like catching a guitar pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude.
That's great.
Of course people are going to love you. That's cheating.
Yeah.
That's politics.
That's promotion. Oh wow.
Right. There is your hippie. This is how it kind of gets off the ground. And they become part of that whole drug culture thing. Kevin, do you remember a television show called The Smothers Brothers?
Of course.
I'm
Comedy
familiar.
Hour,
Yes.
Smothers Brothers comedy
Dick and
show.
I just remember Dick. Tommy.
Tommy
Dick and
and
Tommy,
Dick,
yeah.
Tommy and Dick Smothers.
Wow.
I don't remember.
That's
they
scary.
were they were very hip.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the stuff on TV in the 60s, you got to realize that I think shows like Andy Griffith and Mary Tyler Moore and stuff
Right,
were all
that
on.
was the norm.
That was the norm. And the Smothers Brothers were like the naughty schoolboys.
But their appearance was very straight-laced.
They looked very-
They always come out in suits and stuff, but
Tommy Smothers has talked about that was intentional.
of course.
They weren't squares. but
Exactly.
That's what they were called.
Yep.
They were. See, we weren't squares, but we knew that if we came out like hippies,
No.
right? So
Yeah.
it was subversive. It was
Brilliant.
fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
So they were known for having rock bands on TV, and this is one of the places where like a lot of American audiences first got to see. Like, I think this is where American audiences got to see the Who
Yes.
smash their instruments and everything.
Yes.
And then Tommy came out with his acoustic guitar and smashed it.
I've seen the videos.
Yes. Brilliant.
But of course, they would have to have one of America's biggest groups of the day, the Jefferson Airplane, to come on and play. Well, no, they did.
Uh-huh.
And our dear girl, Grace Slick,
Oh, no.
when I saw this last night, I just curled up into a ball and started laughing so hard I was crying. She literally comes on national television, primetime television, in fucking blackface.
What?
You have to see it to believe
Now
it.
I have to watch
You
it.
have to see it to believe it. I'm like, what?
Wow.
There's interviews cut in with this thing I was watching where I saw that. And Grace Slick was like, I went in there and they had so much makeup and I just was like, what could I do? And I said, I'll paint my face black. And I thought that she meant she was thinking about painting her face, but I didn't realize
No?
she was like
She
actually.
actually did that.
She actually did it. And Tom was like, here's the Jefferson Airplane. I'm like, what?
Wait, who? What?
What is she doing?
I'm not seeing what I'm seeing, am I? It was a different era.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure was.
I mean, that's
Wow.
It's great.
Ain't that something?
blackface.
Huh.
Blackface.
That's wonderful.
As Lily was saying, though, the band split around that same time. Before the band split, the airplane part of it split. Kantner had done solo stuff, and Grace had done solo stuff too.
Right.
I mean, I read their diarrhea. I read their diarrhea.
I didn't know you could do that.
I read their biography, like
No shit.
like on the online, Wikipedia or whatever.
Yeah.
And I couldn't make heads or fucking tails. There was so many like this person left, this person came back, this person
Yeah,
joined
there
up,
was
and
a
then-
lot of
like,
that.
There was like one day the next nobody knew who was in this fucking band. So when Kantner finally releases this album that totally bombs, but it's called Paul Kantner and the Jefferson Starship. And they were like, and Jorma Kaukonen and Jack Cassidy left. They were like, well, this is kind of a new band. So, but we want to keep the Jefferson thing, so we keep the connection. And their record label loved that, so they became Jefferson Starship. It sort of fit with the time, right? Because
Sure, it's
we
a
were
little
entering
more
the
modern
space.
now.
Well, we were entering the space
Right,
age,
right.
and all that was happening. Men were on the moon. So
So
a
change it
Jefferson
up.
Airplane would be a kind of,
The
but a
upgraded.
Jefferson Starship, that's like now happening.
The upgraded.
Do you have in your notes, either one of you, the name where the name Jefferson Airplane comes from?
I don't have that in my notes. At all. You know, apparently.
Officially, if you ask any of them, they give you kind of like, kind of answers. They
Right.
don't- kind of indirect answers. They sort of act like they don't know, or they'll tell you some bullshit.
Yes.
But a Jefferson Airplane is that little clip you use to hold when the marijuana cigarette gets real small. It's a roach clip.
Really?
It's called a Jefferson Airplane.
I didn't know that.
Huh.
Good to know.
Just
It
like
makes a lot of sense.
Well, then that made me think the Jefferson Airplane and the Doobie Brothers should tour.
Yeah, right? Right?
That would work out.
Paul Kantner has moved on to the next world, so
Yes.
that's probably not going to
That
happen.
won't happen.
Yeah. Just some interesting facts about the
Interesting.
airplane side of things.
That's kind of cool.
I thought
more
that they
you
were,
know.
yeah, they're just they were just having a good time. They were young people who were experimenting around with psychedelics.
Young kids today. Get off my lawn.
The
So go ahead,
psychedelic
go ahead with the Starship.
Starship, okay.
Jefferson Starship.
Jefferson
Yes.
Starship, formed in 1974 from former members of Jefferson Airplane, as we said. They released 8 gold or platinum selling studio albums and 1 gold selling compilation. We're not going through all the lineup changes because it's just too
Oh,
much
Lord.
and it's like a web of crap.
That'll be another
But
18-hour
there were
podcast.
several of them. But in October 84, Kantner took legal action over money he claimed he was owed, and to prevent the remaining members from continuing to use the name Jefferson Starship, the lawsuit was settled. In March 85, Kantner received a cash settlement. The name Jefferson Starship became the property of Graceslick and Bill Thompson. So Graceslick got 51% and Bill Thompson got 49%. But they dropped Jefferson anyway. They just...
Like, no, but I-
They dropped Jefferson because of that. They just didn't want to, because they just probably suspected that Mr. Kantner was going to continue to give them problems.
Right, right. So the remaining members renamed themselves Starship and continue to tour and record music.
Hold on. We want to get into Jefferson Starship.
Okay. That's what I have for Starship. Jefferson
Okay.
Starship, excuse me.
Okay, they don't have a very good song facts. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
There we are. So we have to go.
And
to try
actually,
something
well,
different.
we're not into that yet.
We're gonna get into the big '80s hits for sure.
Okay. Yeah, because there's sometimes with me, there's a blur between Starship and Jefferson
Yes.
Starship. And I'm like, wait, which is which?
That's something I sort of looked at today. I'm like, what song
Yes.
is
I'm like,
which?
wait, come on. Come on now. That's what I said.
So let me get down here and help y'all
It starts to
out.
get it starts to get blurry.
Yeah, it does. You're like, wait.
The Jefferson Starship discography is Dragonfly, Red Octopus, Spitfire, Earth, Freedom at Point Zero, Modern Times, Winds of Change. And I think as we move forward after that, we're getting into...
Starship.
Yeah, I think we're going to get into some Starships and stuff. Okay. What happened was Greg Shikaya was this like 14, 15-year-old kid that Paul Kantner was having play on his solo stuff. Mm-hmm. And Grace was like, oh, he's good. Can he play on my stuff too? And so he ended up, when this Jefferson Starship thing came about, he ended up becoming the guitarist. And his style is completely different than Jorma Kaukonen's. He's a rock.
Right.
He is a rock guitar player. I would put him very much in line with Neil Schon.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
would put those two together. I think they're very similar in their approach and sound and everything. So the band goes from this kind of like groovy, psychedelic, trippy kind of thing to more like a guitar-driven rock. The song that really shot them in that direction was "Ride the Tiger." Do you know that song, Kevin? It's like really a sort of like, oh, this is the beginning of American hard rock music. It just has like all those things, the cool chord riff, and it's a good jam. Also, Jefferson Starship also had Marty Ballin was in it briefly, but then we had the Mickey Thomas.
Right.
That's who's the guy I think that most people associate with Jefferson Starship as the male vocal is Mickey Thomas. Mickey Thomas was most famously known for singing "Fooled Around and Fell in Love" with Elvin Bishop.
Oh, okay.
So that's Mickey Thomas on that
All
song.
right, then.
An amazing singer. Just
Yes.
holy crap. Just one of those. Again, not to make a Journey comparison again, but he's got the same chops as Steve Perry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Those guys, I would love to hear those guys do something together. Well, Steve doesn't sing anymore.
No. Sadly.
Yeah, sadly. So they went from this, kind of psychedelic, trippy kind of thing, and did this more guitar-driven hard rock that was just really popular. They had songs like Jane, Find Your Way Back.
Miracles.
Yes.
Well, Miracles was a ballad. That is actually a Marty Ballin track.
Oh,
And that
I
was
didn't
their
realize that
highest.
was
I
just
believe that was their highest charting hit up to that point until they released until we get into the Starship era.
Yeah, this is the era that I really dug them because I love Jane, I love Find Your Way Back, and like you said, it's a lot different than Jefferson Airplane because it is hard rock, really guitar driven.
No Way Out was a great track. Rock music, you know that song? Rock and roll is good time music.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I know that song.
Really got that great guitar work, killer riffs.
Yes.
So they morphed, they changed. They had this big thing in this, in the mid 70s to the very, very early 80s. And then, as Lily was talking about, Cantner was like, screw it, I'm done. You can't play my shit. I think the song "No Way Out" was the song. I'm not sure, but there was a song that he just thought that it was just too not them.
Okay.
And he was very upset, and that's where he kind of threw in the towel. I can't remember exactly which song it was, but it was one of those early '80s tracks that they released.
And there it is.
And he was just like, I'm just not doing. I don't like this.
That's
This isn't. I think we've lost who we are. And of course, Lily told us what happened, and they become Starship with both Mickey Thomas and Grace singing.
Yeah.
This time, though, they do something different. They bring in really awesome outside songwriters and end up with some really massive hits the kind of songs that become earworms.
Yeah.
That you just can't get out of your head.
I kind of like to call them soundtrack songs.
Yeah, basically.
So go ahead, Lily. Starship.
So Starship is a continuation of Jefferson Starship after it went under the musical change and the lawsuit and everything. Their 1985 album Knee Deep in the Hoopla was certified platinum. It included the two singles We Built This City and Sarah. And then their follow-up album No Protection, released in 87, was gold and has one of the probably worst songs that nobody likes the song but me, but Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now from
I love that song.
I love that
Mannequin.
song from Mannequin, and
exactly.
I did watch it last
Did you
week
watch
after
it?
I went home because I was obsessed after you guys were talking about it, after we played the song and everything. And then they had a short hiatus in the 90s, and the band reformed in 92. Starship featuring Mickey Thomas. I believe they just played at Jurgles recently.
Oh wow.
I can't remember if it's happening or it already happened. I saw the poster, but they had four albums from 1985 to 2013. Their last one was Loveless Fascination. I don't know any songs on it. So there's that.
They released a lot of albums. And for all the albums they released, you would have thought they would have had more bigger hits.
Right.
They were kind of spotty with the hits. It just is what it is.
I like Wild Again from Cocktail too. That's a good song.
Not good.
Very good.
This was We Built This City was written by Martin Page and Bernie Taupin.
Okay.
Where they were living in Los Angeles at the time, originally intended as a lament against the closure of many of the city's live music clubs. The song peaked on the number one Billboard Hot 100 outside the United States. We Built the City topped the charts in Australia and Canada, peaked inside the top 10 charts in Germany, Republic of Ireland, Sweden, Switzerland, top 20 charts in Belgium, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom, top 30 charts. Okay, you get the idea. It was on a lot of charts all over the planet.
Everywhere.
It gained significant scorn, both for the seeming inscrutability, word, of its lyrics.
Word.
You were right. That was it.
Notably, the line "Marconi plays the mambo."
Sure.
And for the contrast between the song's anti-corporate message and its polished corporate rock sound.
Yeah.
Come on.
It has appeared in several worst song lists.
I believe we talked about this before.
Rolling
I
Stone
think we
poll
have,
worst songs of the 80s. From 2011. It tops the list. Like the worst song of all time.
I don't care. I love it.
Me too.
I think it is a great song.
Yeah.
It's
It's very catchy. You sing along with it every time it's on.
But Bernie Taupin has said that he kind of disagrees with the direction that the song went in because it was not meant to have this kind of like rah-rah kind of thing. It was meant to be kind of introspective.
Right.
But they had the big hit with it. What can you say? It's a fun pop song. There's a lot of times when I hear it, I would say to myself, I just wish the band that played Jane played this.
Yeah.
Like if it really would have had an edgier kind of rock kind of sound to it, I thought it would have had way more respectability. However, Mr. Pittsburgh,
Yes.
I have been listening to this song again,
Yeah.
and there's actually a lot more guitar in it than you think. A lot, because it's that 80s thing where everything's drowned in chorus and reverb, and
yes.
just like it's so smoothed out that you go like, oh no, that is
Oh,
guitar.
there's guitar in there.
Yeah, that's guitar.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
I'll have to go back and
but
listen to it
that
again.
was a hazard of the 1980s.
Oh, all the haters still get drunk and sing to it when it comes on the jukebox or whatever.
People karaoke it. It's
Yeah. Come on.
like I said, I think it's a very cool song.
It's fun.
Came out in a fun time in my life. I was having a lot of fun and enjoying life. 1985. That was the year I graduated high school.
I was poor.
You were poor?
4.
You were 4. I was poor in 1985.
I
Let
probably
me tell you
was.
about it.
Poor.
No, you guys are fucked
Oh, and the man is poor.
I don't even know why.
Why? I don't know. No.
Knee deep in the hoopla.
Oh my.
I love that name.
What
do you think
that's a
that
good. I think
means?
that's a good album name. So, the songs we know, they're like greatest hits. Real quick, White Rabbit,
Sure.
Somebody to Love, Miracles, rock music, Jane, Find Your Way Back. That's that era.
Yes.
Then moving towards like No Way Out, and then We Built This City, Sarah.
Nothing's gonna stop us
Nothing's
now.
Gonna Stop Us Now.
And
No-
Wild Again. Listen to Wild Again. You'll like it.
There you have it. That is pretty much the if I was to pick my personal greatest, if I was to go on Spotify and say I'm gonna make a little Jefferson Airplane Starship playlist, those would be the songs that I would
That's
put
the
on.
greatest hits.
You know one song I really like that I believe it's on Modern Times. It's Stairway to Cleveland. Have you heard that?
No.
I don't like it.
You don't like that one?
No, already because you said Cleveland. But go ahead.
Well, it's kind of funny
I know.
because it was long before like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was even proposed in Cleveland. So I don't even know why they picked that name.
That's
but it's a
interesting.
it's
Alan Freed.
Huh?
Alan Freed.
Is that why?
I mean, the reason why the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland is because it's one of the birthplaces of rock and roll. Alan
It's
Freed
legit.
was started playing all these records.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
The
I think
more
was
you
it
know.
WMMR that broke Rush? They broke a lot of bands.
It might have been.
I think
yeah.
it was WM. I think
yeah.
it was, I don't remember the call letters off the top of my head. Don't quote me on that.
But folks, go listen if you get a chance. Go listen to "Stairway to Cleveland" by I guess it was Jefferson Starship at that point. It's raucous. They used the F word, and I love
You
it.
said
That's
raucous.
inappropriate, and I'll not have that
Love
on
it.
my
And it's a
podcast.
lot of pop culture references in there from that era,
stuff like that can be fun.
and it's a lot of fun to go back and listen to it.
Okay,
All right.
so let's talk about
Yes.
new and notable.
Sure.
I have Incognito Theory. And I did meet these guys years ago in Jersey. They opened up for Lynch Mob. I went with Tony Leone and his wife.
Okay.
And they were fantastic. I went and talked to them for a while. But I'm reading straight from their website because I don't want to get anything wrong. But they were formed in 2009 by lead singer and lyricist founder Dave Incognito. Actually his name. They recently came out. Their EP... So their EP was the birth of a new sound, American whiskey-fueled Southern Stoner hard rock. Is what
Say
they
that
call...
10 times fast.
Is what they call their genre of music. They're on Rage Reed Records. They just released a new album called The Brotherhood on September 2nd. It's fantastic, and it is exactly how it's the whiskey-fueled Southern Stoner hard rock. So go check it out. Just released. Awesomeness. Play it on the show all the time.
Very cool.
I don't know what that was.
Mr. Pittsburgh, do you have anything?
So it's not really a new and notable, but I did want to talk about this band. And what made me think about them was you in podcast.
Me?
Yes, podcast.
Oh,
I
Lord Jesus.
Please, can I fucking talk here, please? Can I say something over here?
Can I talk? Larry, can I talk?
Please. But
Larry?
you have a lot of videos in the past about making it making your way through the music business, networking and merchandising and stuff like that. And this band made me think about all of those videos. What are you okay there? Okay. And so the name of the band is Talk, and it's all over TikTok. And it's absolutely brilliant what they've done, because they've played little snippets of their song, and they have like hundreds of these little TikToks, and it's fucking catchy. And you're like, I want to hear the rest of this song, right? And you're like, whoa, to the point where like they were #1 streaming on Spotify because of all of this exposure on like TikTok and YouTube. I'm like, God damn it, they must have watched Loudini's videos on how to market themselves. Name of the band, I believe they are Norwegian. And the best way to describe them is kind of a country rock, which I didn't realize when then I started really listening and kind of picking apart their song, and I'm like, that's fucking country, but they're like a rock band, and it's very cool. So, yes,
That's fun.
Yeah. So there you go. Loudini, your turn.
Martin Miller, who I'm not sure if we talked about them when we did our thing about YouTube artists that you should know about. But Martin Miller is somebody you should know about. They do this amazing, Martin has amazing original music as well, like instrumental stuff. But they're very famously known for their covers. And they are like, if you were to go somewhere and you heard a band playing covers and you went out like, that's the greatest cover band I ever heard in my fucking life. That is what Martin Miller does. They play these songs they play them so that they're all the cues and everything you like are there that you know the song for. However, they do always find a way to really put their own spin on it in a way that doesn't kind of interfere with the song. I don't know how to explain. It's not like Johnny Cash doing that Nine Inch Nails thing.
Right.
It's not like that.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
But they just kind of do, and Martin is an amazing guitarist. So even if something doesn't have a lot of guitar in it, it's probably gonna be a guitar solo.
There's gonna be, yeah, exactly.
And they bring different guest musicians in.
Adrian Belew, right?
Adrian Belew.
Yes.
Paul Gilbert.
Yes.
Oh.
Paul Gilbert. Mark Lettieri, different people like that will be there. They're German.
Yeah, that's right.
They're German.
They're very much so.
They're German,
yes.
and it's this space that they have. It's really big. It looks like an old library.
Right.
It's just done up exactly right. Like there's everything about it's just right. It's not cheesy. It looks like these guys are like serious musicians who are just. They do serious work with these songs. They're not goofing on them.
Right. No,
just because it's 80s, they don't like try to sport like crazy outfits and stuff.
Right.
They're just playing the
just
songs
there,
as if like these are just great songs and we love them and we want to play them.
Nice.
So they have different medleys. They have a Pink Floyd medley,
Toto
medley. They have. I mean, these are like 18, 20 minute things that they do. They have an 80s medley where they play like Aha and all these different things. It's really
That's
good.
fun.
Tears for Fears. They put it all together. Their version of and anyway, so they have released a version of Layla. And I was like all excited. Like, oh shit, Layla, this is going to be so good. And then I noticed that the one guy had an acoustic guitar in his hand. And I was like, oh, please, not that terrible. That horrible, oh, God. Oh, I need a pill.
I don't have any.
I need some kind of drugs to get me over this. What Eric Clapton did to his own song is unforgivable. So I saw an acoustic guitar and I thought, oh, fuck.
Here we go.
There we go.
Balls
And they
deep.
had a guest guitarist, female guitarist. Her name's Laurie, and I cannot remember the last name off the top of my head. But she was standing with an electric guitar, so I was having some hope.
You're like, maybe?
Maybe. Oh, and Martin had his electric guitar. But then, of course, they started with da-dun-dun-da-da. They played the... And I'm like... But then I looked at the time on YouTube, and it was like 11 minutes long. I'm like, okay, they're not going to do this for 11 minutes.
Right.
So they did one verse like that, and then they rip into the riff.
Nice.
And
Okay.
they rocked it out, and everybody plays amazing solos. The young lady who plays opposite Martin, she crushes. The guy that was playing the acoustic guitar, he picks up an electric guitar, and he's an amazing guitar player. And he saw Martin's. It's just absolutely killer. Of course, they do the big thing at the end with the piano,
Right.
and it's very good. You should definitely check it out.
Cool.
And I
Nice.
just want to mention one other thing. Justin Hawkins rides again. This is in my YouTube moments here. But anyways, check out Martin Miller. But in my YouTube moments, I want to say very quickly, since we're talking about YouTube, we're changing this to Loudini's Great Moments in YouTube. I don't know.
There you go. I
Okay,
like it.
that's cool.
That's cool.
But Justin Hawkins released a video of this DJ, DJ Cali.
I'm not into the whole DJ scene.
Neither am I.
Sorry, folks.
But he released where he does a commentary. This rapper DJ received a guitar from Bob Marley's family. They sent it to him as a gift.
Nice.
And it is so...
Oh boy.
So Justin's doing the commentary to it, and without saying anything negative, he totally rips on this video.
Oh.
It is so good. And the comments are fucking great. I was thinking of all kind of stuff, and all kind of people had beaten me to it in there. But at one point in the video, the DJ guy picks up the guitar, and he starts trying to play it. And all he can do is play... he just slaps the strings open, and Justin's like, oh, wait a minute, let me see if I can figure that out. So he does shit like that. And he's totally straight the whole time. He never like,
Yeah.
he's like,
He's got that dry British humor.
exactly.
You know?
And
it's
like, so like the guy might see that and not even think that he was ripping on him. Like he might
right?
think
He'd
that
be
it
like,
was just,
hey, cool,
oh,
man.
thanks, man. Thanks for reviewing my video. But Justin Hawkins, he does ride again. He's fucking awesome. And you should follow his YouTube channel.
Yay.
So, I don't think we had any comments tonight.
Not a whole lot.
Just from
Michael
Goltz, of
thinks
course.
my German accent needs some work. Well, Michael, up your ass.
Oh, I know what I wanted to add.
Mine's not German.
Speaking of German accents,
Yeah?
and Jefferson Airplane or Star,
Yeah.
I think it was the Starship. They played in Germany,
Uh-huh.
and the first show they played, Grace got drunk and didn't show up. So the show was canceled.
These things happen, sure.
Then the next show they played, she's like, "No, I'll show up and play." So she
that's
gets up
nice.
on stage and goes into several tirades.
Sounds familiar. I think this is something I do.
She goes into several tirades about how they're all Nazis.
Yeah.
You know, and how shame on you for starting World War II.
Shame on you.
And Kantner's like, and he was like, she's like,
Oh, no.
"You're fired."
Get out.
It's so
Yeah.
that's the kind of shit that isn't right, but you still find kind of fucking funny.
She's probably
That's like the
tuned
kind,
up.
this makes me think of the thing that when you do when you're a little kid and your parents beat your ass, but then when you're 35 and you're all sitting around the Christmas table talking
Laughing about
you're
it.
like, they're like, yeah, that was pretty fucking
That
funny.
was pretty good. That was pretty good. Oh, man.
That's how I look at that sort of thing.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Our Jefferson stuff. That's our songs for the week, and we mentioned a little bit of YouTube. So let's jump into everybody's favorite.
Everybody's favorite.
This day in what the Beatles did.
They didn't do anything last time, though. Remember, it was so
What? No,
exciting.
it was like
there were different
ancillary kind of things.
but not the Beatles.
But not them. It's a slow day, apparently.
I really enjoyed this
I think there
breakdown
might
of the
have been
Starship.
a
Yeah, it was
Lennon
fun.
something or a Harrison or something
Yeah.
story. Just very briefly a side thing.
Yeah.
But you're right, there was nothing.
Not a
There's
whole
all
lot.
kind of stuff on this one. We might.
It's a busy day.
Oh, my.
I can't turn any of that stuff off. Well, I
I
was
know.
looking at
That's all
windows
right.
I could close.
Sure.
I'm like, I
No, you
can't
don't
close
need
any
to.
because
No, that's
the
all.
podcast will shut off.
We don't want that. Yeah, as opposed to last week.
Yeah. And last week, was it last week or the week before we went full 2 hours?
Oh yeah, we should.
Yeah.
So let's
yeah.
go ahead and get into this day and what the Beatles did, starting with Miss Lily V6.
1937, Bessie Smith, American blues singer, died age 43 after being involved in a car accident while traveling along Route 61 outside Memphis, Tennessee. Her 1923 song Downhearted Blues was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2006.
One of the founders of blues, absolutely.
Long ass time ago.
Route 61, is that the Highway 61?
No, that's 66.
Yeah, that's 66.
No. Highway 61 Revisited by Bob Dylan.
Oh, I'm
Johnny
sorry.
Winter had
I
a
thought
big
you were
hit
thinking
with
of
it,
the
too.
famous. Okay. All right, then. See, maybe.
I don't know.
Next time I talk to him, I'll ask.
God said, Abraham, kill me a son. You don't know the song? That's cool. It's cool.
Oh,
They did-
sure.
Not
Oh,
the Dylan
sure.
version. Not the Dylan version.
Oh.
Johnny Winter does it.
Oh.
Everybody does Dylan better than Dylan. And
Yeah.
speaking of Bob Dylan,
Here we
the
go.
Greenbrier Boys started a 2-week residency at Gertie's Folk Club in New York. Opening act was Bob Dylan.
Ah, how about that?
Hey, we all had to start
Bubby.
somewhere.
Bubby. On this day, 1964, Roy Orbison started a 3-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with...
He didn't have the runs for 3 weeks.
No, thank
Yes,
God.
he did. Don't
That's
lie.
why he wore sunglasses. Anyway, it went up the singles chart with Oh Pretty Woman. The title was inspired by Orbison's wife, Claudette, another one of his songs, interrupting a conversation to announce she was going out. When Orbison asked if she was okay for cash, his co-writer, Bill Dees, interjected, "A pretty woman never needs any money."
Truth.
Well, yeah, that really would back us up there.
1965, The Who. At the end of a European tour, Roger Daltrey knocked out Keith Moon, resulting in the singer being sacked from The Who. The band were playing 2 shows in one night in Denmark when an argument broke about between all 4 band members. Daltrey was reinstated the following day.
All right.
Oh, you guys
rehired.
drank and fought.
These guys just could not stop beating the shit out of each other. They would literally
They're
get into
rough and
fistfights
tumble.
on stage.
That's great.
They're rough and tumble boys.
1967, Pink Floyd played the first of 3 nights at the Fillmore in San Francisco, the group's first ever live dates in the U.S.
How about that?
I want
That's
to.
cool.
This is something that didn't come up during the Jefferson Airplane Starship thing, but they were really at home. They're like home base was the Fillmore in San Francisco. At the time, and I don't know if this is true or not. So somebody who's been there recently could let me know. But at that time, it was a dance hall.
Oh.
I would believe that.
And
I would believe that.
It just it was like just a big dance hall with a stage. It sounded great. The bands always had a great time playing. Everybody they were played there. And Marty Ballin, you said all the time that like it was the absolute greatest venue ever. So, but there's a documentary, and I don't know the name, but I apologize. You can find it very easily. Just search Jefferson Starship, Jefferson Airplane documentary on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some footage from their shows at the Fillmore in San Francisco.
Cool.
And you could tell like it was perfect for the 60s. You know?
It was
of
a dance
course.
hall. Yes.
Oh, look at
was a
that.
dance hall.
See?
Okay, where are we? So we said Pink Floyd.
Yes.
And now we're saying Brian Jones.
This day, 1968, Rolling Stone, Brian Jones was fined 50 pounds, my God, with 100 guineas cost after being found guilty of possession of
The dope.
cannabis. Exactly. It wasn't an edible.
Wow,
Could have been.
That's terrible.
Poor Brian.
These people are doing drugs.
Let's start a
These
GoFundMe.
people are on drugs.
What?
I can't believe it. It's
Who does
terrible.
drugs?
Awful.
Oh, you're going to make me do it.
Finally.
Oh.
1969.
69, dudes!
The Beatles released Abbey Road in the UK. The final studio recordings from the group feature 2 George Harrison songs, Something and Here Comes the Sun, which is my favorite song by the
love
Beatles.
that.
In their interviews for the Beatles anthology, the surviving band members stated that although none of them ever made the distinction of calling it the last album, they all felt at the time that this would very likely be the final Beatles product and therefore agreed to set aside their differences and go out on a high note. Literally. High.
Oh, here's one. Here's one for me.
Oh, you go ahead.
I'm the fucking Mick of the group
There
here.
we go.
On this day, 1979, U2 released their very first record, an EP titled U2 3. With an initial run of 1,000 individually numbered copies, the tracks were produced by the band with, what is that?
Chaz de Wally.
Chaz de Wally. I don't think he's Irish. And was available only in Ireland.
If you had one of those today, it'd be worth some bucks.
I bet you about $50. 50 pounds and 100 guineas.
So
You
everybody
dirty-
check
you-
when they go to a used record
You
store. for
dirty
those.
guinea. Well, don't that pound your monkey hole, Richard.
Oh!
I gotta get out of
You
here.
have to do this one because you love this guy. So go ahead.
Yeah.
And it's a great year, 1981. The year I was
Oh,
born.
what happened there?
Bruce Dickinson joined UK rock band Iron Maiden.
You was like a good omen.
Yes.
Like, the
He was
stars aligned.
he was the vocalist with Samson prior.
Whitney Houston started a 2-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles charts with "Didn't We Almost Have It All?"
1987. Yeah.
1987.
Well, she doesn't have shit now. What was too soon? Is it
No,
too soon?
it was
Okay.
funny.
Funny.
All right.
It's never too soon.
Aww.
I told 9/11 jokes till like the next day.
Of course you did. Nobody's surprised by this.
Exactly, Lou. This day, 1987, Michael Jackson started a 6-week run at #1 on the U.S. album chart with Bad. Released nearly 5 years after Jackson's previous studio album, Thriller.
Blah.
Bad went on to Honky the Clown.
He's a little late. He was drunk in the corner. He just woke up.
I locked
know.
him in a closet.
I know. Bad went on to become the world's best-selling album, having sold between 30 to 45 million copies worldwide.
Get him out.
Oh, just one honk for that one.
Out.
The album produced 5 U.S. #1 hits, the first album to do so.
Can't whistle to
Wow.
Wow, that's right. Honk, you want a beer?
it. Get the fuck out of here.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, 1989. Paul McCartney started his world tour. Oh, what?
Drammen
At the Drammen
Yeah,
Schallen
that's right.
in Drammen, Norway, was McCartney's
Drammen
first
Schallen.
major touring outing.
Drammen.
My Norwegian sounds like my German.
Yes, that's right. I remember Paul was here.
It's the same thing. First major tour outing in 10 years.
Norwegians, Mac.
Since Wings UK tour in 1979 and his first appearances in North America in 13 years.
Oh, Lord.
You get my reference?
Yeah. All right.
Boys.
Fuck that Paul McCartney. He's a fucking asshole.
I don't like
Hey,
Paul.
hey.
Just stuck with the goddamn Beatles.
It's not
No.
even the real Paul. Come on.
Yeah, you know that, right?
I know that. I believe it.
Am I doing who I'm
You're,
lost
you're,
track.
do that.
you're
Yeah.
doing it.
AC/DC 1985 released Ball Breaker. Yeah. The 12th international studio album. The album was produced by Rick Rubin. Featured the return of former drummer Phil Rudd, no relation to Paul Rudd,
Might be.
who had been fired from the band in 1983 as a result of drinking and drug problems and a fight with founding rhythm guitarist Malcolm.
Oh, no. Malcolm doesn't fight. Come on.
Is Phil the one that was accused of killing someone or arranging?
He was acquitted on all
I know he's
instances.
acquitted.
1996. Is this me?
Sure, why not?
Michael Hutchins. Police
Oh.
found drugs hidden in a Smarties tube when they raided the London home of Paula Yates and an ex singer,
Smarties.
Michael Hutchins, Hottie McHutterson. The couple were away in Australia at the time of the raid.
Well, ain't that some shit.
Yeah, he didn't last too much longer after that.
No.
All right. This day, 2003, a report published on requests by artists to... What?
Oh, I know this.
Wow, okay, hold on.
It's not just about Mariah.
Oh, okay. A request by artists to venues of their backstage requirements revealed Limp Bizkit insisted that all the lamps in their rooms be
Dimmable.
dimmable, while Mariah Carey would only have bendy straws. Well, duh, as she would not use the straight ones. Van Halen insisted that the backstage celery is trimmed and not peeled. The Red Hot Chili Peppers
Gotta love
asked
writers.
for... Yeah, I know. They're fantastic. The Red Hot Chili Peppers asked for a meditation room and a section of...
Selection.
A selection of aromatherapy candles. Barry Manilow requested that the air temperature in the auditorium be kept at a regular 65 degrees.
I want to write my own writers for things.
For the show?
Yes.
Oh, Lord
This day,
Jesus.
2003, English singer-songwriter Robert Palmer passed away. Heart attack at the age of 54 in Paris,
Wow.
France. He was a member of Vinegar Joe and the Power Station with the Duran Duran guys. Solo artist in 86, number 1 UK, number 5 in the US. Addicted to Love, 88 hit Simply Irresistible.
Yes.
Passed away.
So sad.
Green Day scored their first UK #1 album with American Idiot, the band's 7th release in 2004.
You are American idiot.
All right. We've had
All
enough.
right, that's enough of that shit. Come on now.
Okay, so let's say our happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
It's not my birthday.
Not today.
No.
Oh,
Happy
look at
birthday,
this.
Marty Robbins, legendary country singer with most notably the song El Paso. Really cool song. Julie London,
Oh.
U.S. singer, Cry Me a River. Born this day in 1926. Joe Bauer, drummer with the Youngbloods. Born this day in 41. Brian Ferry, love
Hey,
Brian
there you
Ferry. Singer with Roxy Music, scored hit singles Street Life, Love is the Drug, Dance Away, Angel Eyes, Jealous Guy, Avalon. Ferry has recorded many cover versions of other artists' songs, including standards from the Great American Songbook. Happy birthday, Brian, this day in 45. Lynn Anderson, a great country artist, was born this day in 1947. You know the song. Everybody knows the words. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden.
That's true.
A lily garden, though.
A lily
Oh,
garden.
yeah. I know this guy.
Tieran Porter, American bassist with the Doobie Brothers.
Yes.
Born this day in 1948.
Happy birthday.
Oh.
Olivia Newton-John. No relation to Elton John.
No.
No.
Did you know that?
I
I just found that out.
When I was a little kid,
Sick.
when I was a little kid, I thought that Olivia Newton-John and Elton John were somehow related.
No. Turns out they weren't.
They weren't.
Ain't that something?
That's neither one of them their names, right?
No.
British-born Australian singer, actress, and I don't know what she was activist for, but yeah, she's in Grease.
Uh-huh.
Xanadu.
Well,
Xanadu.
Xanadu.
Hey,
like
hey,
Xanadu.
Hey, I like Xanadu. Got a bunch of girls on roller skates. I like that.
Of course you do. Sick.
You just like it because there's a Rush song called Xanadu.
Oh, we confusing thing? Oh, never mind. That movie's okay, too.
Stuart Tosh,
Uh-huh.
drummer with the Pilot. Had the hit single January.
Ah.
Greg Shikaya
We were just
from the
talking about him.
Jefferson Starship.
It's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Greg Shikaya. Cesar Roses.
See.
Cesar Roses from
Okay.
the
Los
great
Lobos.
Band Los Lobos. Fantastic band. If you've never seen them, you should go
Oh
check
my
them
God,
out.
they're fantastic.
Tracy Thorn
In my side.
with everything
But the Girl.
from Everything But the
Yes.
Girl. Cindy Heron from In Vogue.
Nice.
Oh.
Just saw them.
And that's
it.
That's all we care about.
Wait. Yep, that's it.
That's it. I quit.
Wow.
Fort Pitt. Let's go take a shit.
Oh.
Whoa.
There it is.
Hey, watch your language. There might be
There might be
grandparents
children.
listening.
There's no lady present. So there's
no lady present.
She's no lady. She's Lily.
Wow.
Go to wolfscustoms.online or find them on social media. Go to rockrageradio.com and download the free app. And go to LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com and become a part of our inner circle where you get access to all kind of cool stuff. Lily has your thing, right?
I have a whole show called Hot Licks with Lily 6, Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Yes, you always do that. But what's preoccupying my entire life right now is Face of Horror. I'm in the contest. Please vote for me. And that is all you need to do. faceofhorror.org. Lily V6.
.org. Well, guys, I like to give you previews
Yeah.
of the next podcast, but I haven't
However.
brought them up yet.
Oh,
I know. It's going to be a surprise for
I gotta figure that out.
everybody.
I got to figure that out for next week. I
We'll
don't
find
know
that out
exactly
on
what
Tuesday
we're doing.
morning,
If there's
Monday
something
morning.
Yeah.
Pacific. If there's something Pacific,
morning.
if there's something Pacific you want to talk about, let me know.
I was gonna say we do have a lot of great ideas. We just haven't formulated
Great
them.
ideas.
Great ideas, like that one about the thing that they did. Oh my God!
Those
I
people
can't
in
believe
that band, yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic. That song that said, remember? Oh, we got some great ideas, buddies.
Don't forget the 17th. I will not be here.
What?
I'll be at Michael Schenker.
Oh, that's cool.
She'll be doing Michael Schenker that night.
No.
What?
Eh.
It's cool.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll catch you all on the next Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Have a good one.